Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of our journey to becoming a manga artist, I guess. I'm still not sure how to go about with the format of the videos. So, just to be extra clear, I recorded a bunch of clips, basically, a bunch of, just clips of me working on the comic and everything. And I was commentating over things that I was thinking about. But I feel like um, it will make the video way too long, and I don't want to have videos that are like an hour long. I don't feel like it's very efficient, let's say, and I would like to be more efficient with the way I make the videos. So I think I'm not gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do what I did with the previous episode, where I just like talk about my thoughts and feelings about the week as it went, and yeah, things that I learned, things that I did, whatever, just like last week, basically. If you watch the last episode, then you'll probably understand or have a general idea, basically. Um, so yeah, for this week, a few things. So one thing is, I was still very much struggling with limiting my time in League. I was so addicted when the week started. I was just at one point I had like a day where I played 18 ranked games and like two RM games, basically. I was just spamming league games. And to be clear, every league game, in case you don't know, if you take into account the queue into the game, every league game is like about in like 40 minutes on average, basically 40 to 50 minutes of every game. So basically an hour, right? So it basically means that I played all day. Um, yeah. So I was really just hopelessly addicted to the game when the week started. But it's fine. As the week progressed, I actually managed to limit myself a bit more. I adopted like a very well, actually I don't I was about to say old idea of playing League, but I don't know if it's old. I just know that me and my friend used to do it when we just like when we were like when we wanted to improve in League, and like we played a lot. It's funny that I talk about League when whatever. It's fine. I played like 3 games and then took a break. It's the general idea. And yeah, so that means I had a lot more time to work on my comic, and I actually managed to complete the entire what is it? The don't I still don't know what to call it, like sketching or like storyboarding thumbnails. I have no idea. Like a very rough sketch of like stick people just posing and have like a very just general ideas of what I want to be on the page in every single page. So I managed to complete the entire thing for all 6 pages. And then I started working on actually making a bit of a better sketch. I wouldn't call it a final sketch because I'm probably going to change it by the time I'm done with everything. Um, Around this time is when I actually figured out that thinking that I'm gonna complete the entire thing within a week was just plain delusional, right? There's no way. I don't even know if I could complete 1 page within a week. Okay, so yeah, just I'm not doing 6 pages within a week. That's just delusional. I'm not at that level. I like it takes me so long to draw everything. So yeah, not not to that level yet. Hopefully, I'll get there at some point. Um, Either way, though, I started working on that, and I was really, really surprised at how well everything went. Let me just go into the Clip Studio Paint and show you guys some of the things. Here's the program. Here's the basically the current place that I stopped at yesterday before I went to sleep. And yeah, let's just go through everything. So this is the rough sketch. It's obviously low opacity, but this is the very rough sketch that I did, the stick people, right? And now you add the background, which are the people that are above this line, basically. everything above this line is considered background in my. Uh, I mean, it's not in my opinion. It's just that it's a bit easier to separate it into two different layers, so I can like delete stuff or just whatever easier later, whatever Um, yeah. So this is the background. It's like three people, basically the captain of the whatever it is, the expedition. In the background is he has a sword. As you can see, I started by drawing the character that's farther in the back, and then I moved um, basically more to the front. And I think that was a bit of a mistake because, as you can see, I have this like sword here that I actually drew and everything, and it's just pointless. There's no point in doing it. Um, and then at some point, I got to this guy, and I didn't really know how I wanted to have his character like pose and everything. I know that his leg is supposed to be like this, and there's a crate here. He's like putting one leg on the crate, and then it was very close to a very bad symbol. And then there's the other leg is just like this, and he commands the other guy to put the crate in the carriage, basically. But the thing is, I didn't really know how to draw the leg correctly um, in this perspective, and I'm probably gonna have to search for a reference at some point if I want to do it correctly. So I decided to just move into the foreground and see how much of the leg I even have to draw in the first place. I drew the main character of the story, which is this guy, and I think he turned out quite well, except that his face looks off for some reason. I'm not sure why though. The pose actually turned out quite good, in my opinion. Um, the belly is a bit too like round, I guess, but it wasn't supposed to be even a belly. It was. I just did like this thing that people use, the bean or whatever. This I just did. I'm drawing with my mouse, by the way. That's why the lines are so thick. I just did that because I wanted to have something to connect to the legs because I couldn't figure out how to draw the legs. I was very happy with this leg because he was like, I wanted him to be like tapping his foot like this. Um, and the muscle, I did it by mistake, by the way. I didn't even mean to do it, but I'm happy that it turned out like this. The muscle here is contracted because when you put your foot on the top of on the tip of your toes, the muscle just contracts like this. I don't contracts is that the correct word? I don't know the English terms. I'm sorry. I don't know what you guys call it in English, but like the muscle just like contracts upwards. I guess I think that's the correct way to say. Um, the hair isn't done, but I'm somewhat happy with the hair. I think this part looks a bit weird. It looks it looks like it's a two-dimensional plane trying to be three-dimensional. It's like failing miserably, right? So I need to fix that later. I didn't want to spend too much time on it though, so I just left it. I think the expression turned out really well. The face is a bit too round or a bit too long, maybe. I'm not sure, but that could be easily fixed with like liquify or something like this. Obviously not like this, but with pen pressure. um, when I drew this guy, I think at some point I actually removed the speech bubbles to draw everything. And as you can see, the hand, I don't know how to draw hands, so this is just terrible. Um, but it's fine because the speech bubble is gonna cover it anyway, most likely. If not, then I'll just draw it. Doesn't matter. Um, I did talk about some of the muscles in the leg, but honestly, it doesn't really matter because most of it is gonna be covered by clothes. I'm just happy that I did it again by mistake, but it just fit really well, so I'm happy about that. Um, it's I'm happy about it because it's something that I wouldn't have thought about, but now I have it in my brain. So it's like, yeah, something that I will probably pay attention to when I do it next time. And yeah, this guy, I think it turned out pretty well. Not finished, obviously, but yeah. And then this guy is the one that I've been or that I was working on before I went to sleep. This is a perspective I don't think I've ever drawn. This guy is supposed to be somewhat fat. That's why this part of the hand is like somewhat flabby. I wanted the fat to like drop here basically because when someone has like fat arms, it's the the fat just like sort of sinks to the bottom when you lift the arm. I wanted to do the chin a bit more round and like the cheek, but I don't think I captured it very well, so I don't know what I'll do about that later. Um, the hand obviously is the hand. I don't know how to draw hands, so I'm just happy it looks like somewhat like a hand. I thought about it later, and I think what I needed to do is like make this part of the hand like go a bit more downwards, like just yeah, just disappear behind the other fingers, and that would have made it a bit more natural, maybe. Then maybe this part goes a bit upwards. I'm not sure, but I'll work about it. Or I'll work on it like later today, probably. Um, and I think this is basically it for what I've done, which is not a lot. Like I said, it's not a lot. But keep in mind, most of the week I was very much addicted to League, so I wasn't working a lot on this thing. And then the rest of the week, I did work on this thing. Not obviously not in succession, or not throughout the entire rest of the week. Just like with breaks in the middle, a lot of breaks, many breaks. um, but I will say I would have probably gotten a lot more done had I been like better at drawing because it took me, I think this guy alone took me like over an hour to draw. Like this entire thing, it took me over an hour to draw. Which is just, I think it's too long. I think it's way too long. I mean, it's not too long because I'm at that level, but like I would have liked it if it would have been a bit shorter. Anyway, regardless, that's it for this part of the video. Um, Another thing I wanted to talk about was okay, that's the one. So as you can see, this is what I did for the daily practices at the time. I did circles, and then I did the last day of the Mark Brunet challenge. This is where I took the scar here. I like it's something I thought about, so I thought it looked kind of good, so I put it on the main character in the other story as well. And that concluded the 30-day challenge, or not challenge really, more like tutorial from Mark Brunet. I think I learned quite a bit about the structure of the face from this video. And it will help me in the future. So that's really nice. And then I did one more day of like daily drawings again, or daily practice, I guess. I did circles and then I tried to do a pose, a random pose from a site called Pose Maniacs. It didn't work out well. This is very bad. The pose was way more like this maybe, and my character is like a bit more upright, I guess. Upright, yeah, upright, like straight. Um, so it didn't work out well, and after doing this, I decided that okay, doing the daily practices and everything, even though I don't do almost anything, it just takes a lot of my time and like attention away from this comic. So instead of doing daily practices or daily, like, I don't know, drills, whatever, I'm just gonna put all of the effort that I put into drawing. I'll put it all into the comic, and that's what I did. So yeah, that's it basically. Anyway, though, it's gonna be the end of this video. Let me show you everything together. As you can see, I didn't really delete things from the background that are supposed to be covered because I still don't know if I want to be, or if I want to cover them, or if the things will look exactly like that. Because the thing is, I'm gonna probably refine all of the line art and everything. I don't even know why I said line art because I don't know what any of that means at this point. Like, I feel like those terms are so, half of those terms are used in so many different ways. So I have no idea what any of that means. I'll do all of those characters probably a bit. I'll work on them a bit more before I finish the comic. So, like, I'll probably do like another full um drawing of the entire thing at some point in the future. Maybe. I'm saying probably, but more like maybe. So I didn't want to delete any of the things in the background, just so it's like, um, just so I know how it looks, basically. Anyway, though, it's gonna be it for this video. Didn't make too much progress, but I think this is really good. I'm really happy with the progress that I did make. So I'm gonna conclude on that. And thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, whatever.